Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Barcast TV. It is March 8th, 2024. We have another 1v1 match brought to you all in glorious 120 frames per second. I don't know. We'll see if it holds up, but spawning on the left side of Heartbreak Hill, playing as the red pieces, we have Modulo and his opponent playing on the right side. Spawning as the blue Cortex commander, we have Beyond All Baguettes, Lord Vader, who I will be referring to as Vader. So it was my dream to have you win the BPL. Unfortunately, this man fell victim to, was it Blow Deer? So it was a good run. I really appreciate you coming out, showing your strength there, Vader. Same for you, Modulo. Definitely enjoyed having you guys participate in the league. I have posted in the Discord. Let me bring this up real fast, actually. I'll zoom out. I posted it in the Discord, my tentative schedule, perhaps. Let's call it the schedule for seasons 2 and 3. So, yeah, season 3, May 25th and 26th. That weekend would do like the grand finale, grand final, what have you, main event. And season 4 would be September 14th and 15th. So, 2 weekends upcoming. I'll have these posted around, maybe in the description, perhaps. So, yeah, something to train for, something to look forward to in the 1v1 scene. Speaking of things to look forward to, there is a 5v5 tournament coming up at the end of March here, which I'll be participating in myself. I've got a nice tidy team, pretty happy with it. So looking forward to the matches. If that's something you guys would like to see me like record or cast, or talk over my own games, anything, all of the above, let me know in the comments or message me. I'll be sure to accommodate you. So really looking for, I might end up casting a couple of the games too, so watch out. Lot to look forward to here on the channel. So if that's your thing, if you're into Beyond All Reason, you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. Helps me grow and gives me a reason to cast more and more of these games. So I'll be trying to do more of these 1v1s. I know that's kind of what I'm known for. So looking forward to casting the games with you guys. So thank you for everyone who has subscribed. So all that out of the way, I think that's all the tidying housekeeping stuff I had in mind. I've got some more things planned, like people coming on the show. So more of these high level, pro level players coming back on the channel or coming to the channel. So watch out for that. So look at this, two grunts just passing through each other, not even taking a single shot. What respect. Let's go to these player views, actually. So it looks, I think I had some, not complaints maybe about some of the spectating, but this is how these guys like to play. We're looking at icons, grunts versus grunts. That was kind of a little spastic there at the end, but what has happened to the grunt? It's been nerfed. A couple pointage speed is decreased. I'm not sure exactly, but it should, in theory, trade better with the pawn. They made that just after they made this change, just after the end of the Bar Pro League. So maybe that's something they had in the works. They being, the balance team. Was it Zechariah? Shout out Zechariah. Love your work, man. Keep it up. Things are looking good in Bar, so, at the moment, I think. So it's fun to play, of course. Let's get into this game, though. What's going on? It is Grunt versus Grunt, Cortex versus Cortex. Lord Vader's going for this early construction turret. He's going to be moving out with his commander. It hasn't capped these back mexes. That's kind of weird. Therefore, weird, maybe it's different than what I do. Modulo is still in the main base with his commander, getting an extra couple of construction bots out. And he has 2 expanding construction bots, so maybe a little bit different. This is styling, really. I like this. Early construction turret. He's got metal in the bank, wind is cooking, he's got decent E, and you can just churn out, what is it, grunts on repeat? Might as well be. Neither player's moving into energy converters just yet. Something to look out for. I really like this map. I'm not sure how many of you have had a chance to play on this map. Certainly we've seen plenty of games on it, but hopefully as the meta evolves, we'll see more complex strategies, or maybe quicker vehicles. We saw a lot of cool things in BPO. I'm thinking of like the seaplane attacks. We saw, was it hovers built in here, amphibious being built in this little lake. So just something have never really thought of, and it opens up the door on other maps where you see a little pool of water next to your main base. Like, hey, you have access to seaplanes and all kinds of juicy tech choices. So looks like Vader's going to have a really good idea of this attack coming. He's moving a lot of grunts in position here. Modulo, rightly so, just backs away. Doesn't want to take a engagement here. He's got these two sneaky grunts on the bottom side here coming in, which I'm sure Vader is aware of. He's moving his entire army to defend this, then splits off to 4 grunts. So, nice pack of grunts here, moving up the hill. You see a lot of this in Heartbreak Hill. It's splitting the map, and then it's like, where's the first big engagement gonna happen? And then it's just so hard to call like where the game is going to move into, really. And Vader is fixing his E up here on the high ground. I'm not sure what these 3 solars, maybe just blocking this off as like a run by. I'm not really sure. That's an interesting SimCity choice, but we'll have to see. A lot of grunts here on the top side of the map, moving into position. Vader already has an exploiter up in this position, so really nice play. That's going to force Modulo to run around up here. Actually, he's going to juke and drive the army. He's going to jump right on top of it. A lot of grunts, enough to trade into this exploiter. That's going to go down fairly quickly. He's going to press up onto the hill even. Takes out the radar. I see an engagement on the other side of the map. Blow for blow here. Modulo losing his expansion on this side, and he's pressing in here just in front of Blue's production. So look at this beefy pine tree, the Aleppo pine. Nice counterattack here, but not gonna get the con. Oh, so close. Goes down, so loses a handful of grunts, but stops the expansion. Looks like Vader's going to lose a lot of grunts on this side, trying to pay back the favor here. This construction bot's not going to go down, and leaves a tidy reclaim field just outside of the main base. Speaking of reclaim fields, right outside your main base, how much damage is Modulo going to get with this army here? I'm sure he's going to get a couple mexes on the right side. You can get some mexes on the bottom. Doing a good job splitting up some grunts, but this should end up getting cleaned up. Actually, might even keep these grunts on the top side. I'd like to see a resbot out here to reclaim this, or after making this contour, just coming out and trying to cap these mexes. You really need to get the build power out on the map after losing so much of it from these early harassments. And here is the transition from Vader moving into a vehicle plant on this plateau. Still further fixing his E with these solars from his commander. That's so interesting. Even going so far as to let this vehicle plant decay. I don't think it would have gone up anyways. There's enough grunts here to stop this from being made, actually. So I think Vader might end up canceling that. We'll have to see. You don't see that too often in Bar, but yeah. Ends up canceling it. He's going for this LLT, which is pretty ambitious, being in front of the commander, but it's going to go up anyways. And there's enough LLTs in the back to stop this this run by here. Finally, we see some resbots coming out for Vader. Really would like to see him target this exploiter. I think there is a con over here he could target. So there's definitely some efficient micro tricks you can do with that. Look at this forward expansion here from Modulo. It's got 3 exploiters up on this high ground plateau, which really chokes off all this material, all the space behind it, right? So great forward position there. I really like placing a radar right here. Nice defensible position. Sees a lot of the map for free. Something I've been working in my own play, and Vader's doing a great job working in some of these resbots into his army. So he's going to try and step up on these exploiters, which are out of power at the moment. He's going to catch one for basically free. I think he might know his opponent's stalling on E at the moment, but it looks like here in the middle of the map, Khan's going to go down for blue. Good thing you have some resbots right here. So I'm not sure Vader can support these resbots. He's got a few solar collectors out, but wind was super low there for a moment. Yeah. Really burning through that. Let's look at these statistics. Just about even here. 11k to 10.4k for Medulla. Or, excuse me, Vader. And look at all these grunts heading up to the top side of the map. He doesn't know that that red spot gang is over there, but I'm sure Medulla would have loved to have sandwiched those at some point. Is he just going right for the main base? I hear an air transition. What is this? Take a look at the main base. So, aircraft plants up. First bomber is on the way. No say it's transition here from Vader. Looks like that exploder is going to go down again. And this expansion looks like it is at risk. I mean, exploder 1 LLT is not enough to stop, what is this, 26 runs. So, you need to get those spread out in a line so you can increase your vision. Nice little forward position here for Medulla. You know, now that I see this, I remember, I think back to playing against Medulla, who really likes those exploiters. He really likes splitting the map in half, just getting to that position here. First bombing run goes off. Takes out quite a few. What is that? 6 wind turbines. Nice pass there. He's going to go for the center of this grouping here. Over on the left side of the map, we see a big grunt run by here. Is going to take out 2 exploiters. Force that construction bot to run away. The second pass came through from the bomber. Is he going to get another runoff? No, goes down. Took out a lot of wind. 700 to 600 approximately, and these grunts on the left side of the map are going to get picked off here from Vader, leaving a nice juicy reclaim field here. What was it, 700, almost 700 metal. I'd like to see some res bots out here from our red player, who's working on getting a vehicle plant in a really nice position. I'd call this a little more standard. Saw Vader trying to put one up on this like high ground plateau area. Didn't quite work out for him. No resbot gangs out here. See, this is the point in the match where I like to put the factory on. Was it like 10 grunts, 3 grave robbers, 1 thrasher on repeat? I think that's a pretty stable composition. You get a lot of resbots out as we move into the mid game and the fights start getting larger and the reclaim fields start getting larger. I mean, look at this right here. Just such a juicy target for some resbots, even to sneak in on your opponent, right? Pick up the exploiter, grab the 2 LLTs, and then just reclaim everything. Nasty. Vader's being pretty aggressive with his commander. This is pretty ambitious. A nice radar though. He's got several LLTs, you know, anti-air turrets, so not in any immediate risk of dying, but definitely a pretty vulnerable position. Here on the right side, though, really good control. Not losing this resbot gang. Couple of grunts gonna deny this expansion again. Zooming out, looking at this big picture, I mean, Medulla's got the middle of the board, right? He's got his plateau, his top right corner, his bottom left corner, top left corner, right? Don't see that from Vader just yet, who's already moved into Tech 2. Really nice. 4 construction turrets. Doesn't have a construction bot. I think I learned, was it from Andy? I've seen him do a lot, just like 2 cons, 2 twitchers, or like a con, 2 twitchers, something like that. Like, don't even go Tech 2 if you can't think you can greet out the advanced construction bot. What am I saying? What do I know? I'm just a student of the game. So, must be T2 unit detected here from Medulla. So, what is the reaction? Reclaiming his solars. I like to see these advanced solars up, but you know, these fiend grunt armies are going to take down this pack of grunts here from Medulla. You gotta spread these out. That splash damage is gonna be huge. Taking down all those grunts for free. Really nice trade there, and just totally takes the pressure off. I don't see any thrashers in this army, so paralyzer drones are definitely available to be used. And finally, we see these resbots coming in, try and reclaim. Look how fast that exploiter comes back up. I mean, it's like a mobile build power. That's how I think about this. Medium tanks making their way to the front line. I see some pounders in the back. Another unit I've really been enjoying working with. Thrasher just shows up, just going to shoo away all these paralyzer drones. Kind of useless for now, but great for raiding at any points of the game, countering run-by attempts. Look at that. Reses the exploiter and 2 LLTs and then reclaims everything. Interesting. Moving back into bomber production? Perhaps that's left over from before. We see here in the middle, Vader's going to step forward with his paralyzer drones. A lot of LLTs to defend this, and the medium tanks and the pounder. I don't think this is going to work out too well. Yeah, those fiends evaporate, and so do the grunts behind it. Leaving a nice little reclaim field here, 1.4k. See some fiends trying to trickle in, but look at this counterattack. Somehow there was like a misclick on LLTs, which is going to shut this down super hard. Fiends trading decently well against medium tanks, actually, so these continue to stream in. Vader's commander is going to show up, start reclaiming. Modulo doing what he can to reinforce his position with his own LLTs, and even going so far as to kind of doing a cheeky little exploiter grab of these mexes in the top right corner. So here in the middle, fiends are detonating on these army. Nice little move there. Second one's going to get detonated. Takes out most of the health on that medium tank, actually. Vader's commander is fairly exposed, but he's doing a great job denying this reclaim from his opponent, who's rezzing, right? Not a big fan of rezzing contested reclaim kills. And this grunt somehow found 11 kills. What a trooper. Oh, that's right. Grunts counter fiends. I forgot. I guess until the nerf, right? Maybe it looks like the fiend could chase it down and clean it up, but Vader's commander's gonna get a D-gun off, takes out 3 tanks? Looked like it was gonna be 2. The other one maybe melted from the blast or the splash damage from that. And Modula is getting really anxious here with this commander. He's just like, please snipe me and win the game. It's gonna get a couple D-guns off, so 2 D-guns, 3... Misses a few of those, but yeah, not bad. Vader's gonna return the favor here, perhaps? This is tense. What do you know? 4 fiends and 4 tanks and a pounder in the back. I kind of like the pounder position, but here we go. These fiends are gonna step forward. 2 D-guns go off, take those out. Another one goes off, gets all the fiends. Suddenly Vader's commander is caught with his hand in the cookie jar. He's gonna back up. Completely surrounded. Does this not end right here? Does the game not end? They got more fiends in the back. Okay, so fiends do very well against medium tanks. One of them's gonna get detonated. D-gun goes off. Just barely, maybe not enough here. Pounders can't run down the commander, right? Can just sneak over this hill. Getting a lot of great detonations off with these fiends, actually. Just a stream of units. Resbots and pounders moving across the army. Even some thrashers. I think with this much pressure, maybe you go T2, right? No, like, run-bys. You're really porked up. Look at all these twin guards on the minimap here. And just exploiters and twin guards everywhere, right? So, I mean, you've got the defenses. Beans stepping on top of the medium tanks again. Beans trained really well against vehicles. Look at that self-D. And the splash damage, no doubt. So, trading out with all these units really effectively. Really taking off the pressure. And I see some T2 mexes going up. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, up to 4 T2 mexes. What do these statistics look like? Yeah, Vader is still down on metal. And rezzing, look at this. Oh, don't mind me. Just gets evaporated with some flames, you know. Just the resbot things. A little bit of a calm here. 2.7k, 2.5k metal. Sitting right out front of your base, and you can't even do anything about it I really think drawing a line command here is the play for Medulla. He's been grouping up his units a lot. I'm not even sure how you group up your tanks like that. So, fine, I see another bomber coming in. He's not going to like what he sees. All the build power. Just churning out fiends. No transition? Okay, finally we see T2 transition out of Medulla, who's getting his first T2 con. Maybe some Twitchers? He's going to go into Shelton production. That's interesting. It has a lot of construction vehicles out. More grouping up. That's going to let these fiends get all their splash damage off. And is his commander at risk? Standing next to 3 LLTs. He's going to make a few more. And both players back off for now. What are we up to? 11 fiends? A couple of Twitchers coming out. God, these units are cool. If you thought Resbots were good, what about ones that can make mexes and twin guards? So here is another reason to play core, right? So on top of all the things in 1v1s, maybe not as strong in team games, save for this unit here, the Spectre, just so much micro potential out of this unit, getting nasty trades. Let's see how the first one's gonna work here. Stepping in front of the army. I think he can get the blue ring is the EMP, right? So he's gonna come in. It's gonna get killed by the 2 LLTs. Maybe not what he wanted. Or Vader wanted. But fiends trade well against, what is it, everything? So the first line of defenses evaporate. There's more fiends streaming into here. All that build power and metal is just, you know, juiced into this factory. Vader's commander is comfortably sitting in the main base. And you don't need the whole map if you're on T2 and upgrading T2 mexes, I guess, so. Oh, did I mention Twitchers can make con turrets? Pretty sweet. So Shelton's making their way to the front line here. What is the economy like? Pretty even? So these T2 mexes really doing work there for Vader, keeping him in the game. And it feels like a bit of a pendulum shift right now. T2 units are moving onto the field. Medulla's Vader's gobbling up all this metal here, is going and getting a T2 Arty up. What is this? Did I mention Twitchers can make T2 Arty? Yeah, it's wild. Crazy. Pounders are hilariously bad against LLTs, but I guess they're going to get the job done. Maybe leaving one behind. I can't tell. It looks like he's reclaiming this now. Maybe having some better thoughts. Yeah, maybe seeing the Sheltons, he thought better of putting a Persecutor there. And is going T3? Is that a gantry? It is. What am I watching here? Do you have the E to support that? It's got a couple of A solars, bunch of wind turbines. I don't know. Do you have the E for that? 1.8K, 1.9K? It's got the metal. Fiends are going to shut down the pounders on the bottom side here. A couple of... Need some build power up here. And finally, the Sheldon army is starting to look threatening. I mean, nice unit composition here. We have the radar jammer bot with the radar bot. Let's look at this player view here. See how effective radar is here. He's going to let him control his units, you know, move them back when he feels threatened. Still pressuring with the medium tanks. Its construction turret's going to get off what it can, what DPS it has. What was the first unit choice out of here? Demons are in this game. Wow. It's going to go for these Shivas, 1500 metal. And a single sumo. I like the sumo out. It's like got this psychological effect. I think just the laser shots hearing it go off. It's just like pretty cool to hear. Oh, he's got 2 of them, but they have a lot of HP. And seem to have about the same movement speed as the Sheldon, so maybe a nice tanky. But yeah, T3 unit detected. What are you gonna do? Make a... Okay, Mammoth, I like it. Too bad all this vehicle build power is kind of sitting up here not doing anything. Like to see that go into wind turbines, perhaps? But now we're up to 3 Shivas versus Sheldon. So how does this look? I mean, do you just like wait for the Mammoth to get to the front line? What do these rockets look like? First rocket. Damn, that's a lot of splash damage. And those Sheltons just evaporated. There's 2 Shumos left. They're down to about 50% HP. And the Shivas aren't going to stop coming out. I mean, he's up to 4 now. He's got radars in not the best places. What does his player view look like? Okay, so maybe this is where it kind of starts to break down. The radar jammer bots block these shots, but that direct fire from this cannon here does so much damage to those Sheltons that are in range. You gotta kite these Shivas. Modulo bringing back his commander, rightly so. First Mammoth is out. It's going to be making a couple of Spectres here. What's the play from here? Do you make your own gantry? He's got a lot of T2 income, right? Was it 105? I mean, Modulo has more income? Metal income? More metal mine, but I mean, there's already 4 Shivas made. 2 coming up. I mean, does he get a really great, what is it, Spybot detonation? I'm not sure what to call it, but he doesn't have the D-gun option. If he was playing risky with his commander, right? Keep the commander here, wait for the Shivas to move through, hit him with the Spectre, and then D-gun him. But that's pretty elaborate, right? And frankly, you could just like walk the Shivas over here and just put one here, put one here. Rain down on the main base. He's just gonna heal up his units. I haven't seen this too much, but it makes sense. When I see one Mammoth try and hold down the fort, he's just gonna get roasted. He had the EMP bot going, but it's just not enough meat here not enough army to deal the DPS to clean up these Shivas. So I think this is gonna get it. This is gonna be close to the end of the game. This Mammoth is eating so many shots. Here comes the next Spectre, so maybe I'm calling it too early. I think that was some cool little control right there. You saw him like turning the turret while moving the Mammoth back. Oh, and that EMP bot didn't detonate. Even going so far as to res his own Mammoth, so... Oh my god, it's so much damage seeing those energy converters all blow up. Same for those construction vehicles. Yeah, so a res Mammoth, what are you gonna do? I think that's kind of it. I mean, superior economy. You just needed some T2 mexes in the corner and a bunch of wind turbines, and yeah, ends up taking it. So hope you liked this one. Thank you, Vader, for sending me the replay. Definitely thought this was a good game to showcase. I'd have to agree with you. Kept me pretty entertained the whole way through. So yeah, thanks for sending me that one. And appreciate y'all watching the cast if you made it this far. If you haven't, like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next replay. Thanks for watching.